As soon as the woman opened her eyes in the early morning, she noticed a strange black man chopping wood in the yard. She cautiously opened the door to inquire, only to find out he was a vagrant. He had noticed that the woman's firewood was running low and took it upon himself to do some odd jobs. Edna said the household didn't need any extra help, but as a token of appreciation, she would offer him breakfast. However, the vagrant wasn't deterred. He had figured out that Edna had 40 acres of unused farmland, so he volunteered again, claiming to be an expert in cotton planting. He offered to manage the farmland for Edna, promising not to ask for wages and only needing a place to sleep and eat. But Edna refused, asking him to leave after finishing his breakfast. It's not that Edna was unsympathetic. Not long ago, her husband had accidentally been killed by a young black man's gun while dealing with a drunk and disorderly incident. Having lost her husband, Edna was left to raise 2 young children on her own, with the burden of life falling on her shoulders overnight, so she had no time to worry about the life and death of others. After being rejected, the vagrant stole the silver cutlery from the table as he left. Edna thought this was just a minor episode in life, but misfortune struck again. The bank manager told Edna that the house, including the 40 acres of farmland, had been bought by her husband with a loan from the bank before he died. She needed to repay $240 every 6 months, but now there was only a little over $100 left in her family's account. As a housewife, Edna had no source of income, so the manager suggested she sell the house and farmland. With some luck, she might have some money left over. But Edna knew that if she was unlucky, she and her children would become homeless vagrants. So she resolutely refused and promised to repay the loan on time. That night, as Edna was worrying over the account book, a detective suddenly visited. It turned out that he had found the silver cutlery on the vagrant, but the vagrant claimed to be a worker at Edna's house. So the sheriff brought him over to verify his story, but Edna didn't expose his lie. She said it was a misunderstanding and that she had instructed Moses to take the cutlery to her sister's house. After the detective left, Moses wanted to thank Edna for covering for him, but at that moment, all Edna wanted to know was how much money she could make from growing cotton. Moses knew cotton like the back of his hand. Last year, the market price for a pound of cotton was 6 cents, and 40 acres of cotton could earn over $300. Upon hearing this, Edna immediately hired Moses. Just as Moses was about to express his gratitude, Edna turned to him and said, "If you ever dare to steal from me again, I'll shoot you myself." Moses seemed frightened by this tough mom and nodded quickly, and so their story began.